Welcome back, Fayettes and Fantasy Fiends, to the finale of Heir of Fire. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott.
And I'm Genevieve. If you're new here, welcome to our brand of chaos.
We bring the male and female perspectives, the wild theories, the heated debates, and of course,
the couples banter you never knew you needed, but now can't escape.
She likes her books loaded with spice, betrayal, and enough broody fey males to make a Shadow Daddy pinup calendar.
And he likes his with apocalyptic stakes, cinematic fight scenes, and character trauma that hits harder than a Marvel post-credit.
Every week we deep dive into the books that wreck your soul and make you cancel plans. And right now, we're ripping through the entire Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas.
And once a month, we shake things up with a standalone book review. So if you love unhinged theories, emotional damage, and two readers yelling about their fictional obsessions, you're in the right place.
Okay, we've got a big update for you.
Yeah, this is something we've been thinking about for a while now.
We're going to take a very short break from Throne of Glass series, not because we're burned out or anything. We still do love it.
But we've been deep in this series for over 7 months already, and we've still got a long road ahead, like at least half a year minimum.
And in that time, we've had many other books and authors we've wanted to explore, especially indie authors, and we just keep putting them off.
So we're going to pause ToG for a bit and pick up something new, something shorter, something unfinished.
We're going to be diving into the Fire and Metal series by Rachel Snyder. You might have seen the first and only book out so far, Metal Slinger.
Woohoo! The first episode of that dropped September 4th, and once we wrap it up, we're jumping straight into Queen of Shadows. No delay.
We are also teaming up with the crew from Fancastic Pod for a special episode.
We'll be fancasting Quicksilver, talking about the audiobook and finding out whether Scott finished it or rage quit.
That one's recording September 21st, so stay tuned for when it drops.
And hey, don't forget book club. Our next meetup is Monday, September 15th, and we're reading The Floating World by Axio.
It's got that Final Fantasy meets Studio Ghibli feel, and honestly, I'm into it.
If you're local, come hang out at Salt and Story Bookstore in Niceville. If you're not, no worries. We'll be streaming it live on Discord.
Links are in the social, or email us at bookfor2podcast@gmail if you want in. Okay, so we know it's been a few weeks of random craziness. The summer has been a lot, and we're just trying to stay afloat.
But good news, we're bringing you more content, and not just in our heads this time, we swear.
You may have seen the first 2 episodes, our new segment called Booked With. So just one of us or both diving into a random bookish topic or chatting about what we're reading outside of Throne of Glass.
Basically, more of us just being us. Whether it's hyping up indie authors, deep diving into tropes like enemies to lovers, or just unpacking the mess that is book talk, this is your behind-the-scenes brain dump.
So be on the lookout. You never know when an episode might pop up. And in other news, we have a ton of new merch available on our website, bookfor2.com.
We're talking t-shirts,
Treat yourself.
mugs,
Treat yourself.
notebooks,
Treat yourself.
and even vanity plates.
Treat yourself. More designs are coming, and if you want to help pick them or just hoard shiny things, that's all happening over on our Patreon.
Huge thanks to everyone who has supported us already. You are the reason we get to keep spiraling on Mike.
Also, we are going to be at NerdCon in Crestview, Florida on Saturday, September 27th at the Community Center.
We'll have a table with merch, stickers, maybe some bookmarks. And yes, we're also doing a panel.
So if you ever want to see us overanalyze tropes and emotionally unravel live, this is your chance.
Come say hi. Cosplay, if that's your jam. We might be dressed up too, probably. Or you could just lurk and vibe. Either way, we're going to be so excited to see you. Okay, before we hit play on the trauma, 2 quick warnings. This episode contains spoilers for the first 3 books in the Throne of Glass series, as well as Heir of Fire. If you're not caught up, consider this your official spoiler shield.
Lastly, a heads up, this is an adult content show. We swear like we're on an episode of The Sopranos. Talk about murder like it's a kink. And when the spice hits, let's just say we don't fade to black. You've been warned, and you're welcome.
All right, Mistward's safe for now, but Aelin's not done. Maeve still holds the leash on Rowan. And our girl's about to find out just how far she's willing to go to break it.
Manon and the 13 may have survived the war games, but the matron's final test makes that shit look like recess. Trust, blood, loyalty, none of it's free.
And in Rifthold, Chaol's out of time. The king knows everything, and now Chaol has to make the call. Stand for what's right, or die with the secrets.
Dorian's cornered, Aedion's chained. The kingdom's on fire from the inside out. The finale's here, and nobody's walking away clean.
Let's get into it.
All right, real quick, before we dive into the drama, it is shameless plug time. Sub, review, follow us on socials, do all the algorithm things. We love our bookish community, so if you know anyone at all who loves books and would fit in with our vibes, just send them our info.
If you're not already following us on socials, now's the time. Get sneak peeks, unfiltered commentary, and the occasional random live. Always random. Our Thursday night TikTok lives happen every week at 7:30 p.m. Central, and the rest is total wild card energy. Sometimes we deep dive. Sometimes Scott gets bullied into reading the spicy bits. Either way, it's a good time. Come hang out.
Also, get your ass in our Discord. If you've ever screamed about a plot twist at 2 a.m. and wanted someone to scream back, we've got you. The Bookish crew is growing fast, and it's unhinged in the best way. Links in the show notes and on socials. Come yell with us.
And if you're more of a visual gremlin, yes, we're on YouTube now. Full episodes, full facial expressions, and full spirals in glorious HD.
And hey, don't sleep on the Patreon. We're literally reading Throne of Glass and soon-to-be Metal Slinger live with you, out loud, terrible voice acting and all. Additionally, you get to help pick what we read next, vote on merch drops, and yes, we give away free stuff.
Also, if you're hunting for book recs, check out our current favorites on Amazon. We've got a running list linked in our link tree. Yes, we know we're enabling your TBR pile. You're welcome.
Last but not least, check out the merch. We've got stickers, t-shirts, and more up at bookfor2.com. Come get your Dark Hallmark on.
All right, the spoiler warning's been dropped, the tea is hot, and the chaos is ready.
And now, let's dive into the finale to Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas.
Let's turn the page.
Knocking at Fate's door in Chapter 54.
The sacrifice that shaped a queen.
Some ghosts haunt, some save, but all of them demand her to rise. Let's get started with Chapter 54.
We are immediately dropped into another one of Celaena's memories, this time in Orin. And oh joy, the king of Aelin has rolled into town, dragging along a young Dorian like some kind of accessory. The whole kingdom is buzzing with nerves. Everyone's waiting for him to casually declare, "Nice castle. Shame if something happened to it." And then, new character alert, Lady Marion. She was Aelin's mom's best friend, her handmaiden, basically the bonus mom who helped wrangle Aelin and Aedion whenever he came to visit. Honestly, someone had to stop the kid from running around yelling "rat's balls" at full volume.
Hell yeah.
I really didn't believe you when you said that. But all this wholesome childhood energy, yeah, it's about to smash straight into an awkward dinner with the king.
Even back then, Aelin hated the king, and apparently he's always had some weird curiosity about her. This is the second time he's given her the creeper stare way too long. We also get a couple name drops here. Lord Chaol, who is Marion's husband, and their daughter, Aelin. And then he does it again. Looks at Celaena like she's a damn puzzle he wants to take apart. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the king of Otterland had a vacation home on Epstein Island.
Oh, gross. Dinner itself? Yikes. Celaena clocked Dorian immediately, noticed how stiff and proper he was at the table, compared to Aedion, who was basically inhaling food like it was his last meal. Dorian looked like he was auditioning for Downton Abbey. She even teased him with, "You eat like a fine lady." And Quinn, Cal's captain of the guard, thought that was hysterical, couldn't hold back a chuckle, and then another guard coughs all judgy. Like, "Look at you, little Miss Prim and Proper with her pressed curls."
Quote from the book, "I eat like a prince."
"You do not need to cut your bread with a fork and knife. Here in the north, you do not need to be so formal. We don't put on airs. If you like, you can be my friend."
I have a friend. He is to be Lord of Aniel someday and the fiercest warrior in the land.
Ooh.
Definitely talking about Chaol.
Chaol, for sure. Chaol drop.
And then it hits. Celaena starts feeling pressure in her head, black spots creeping in, her body burning up. And then, just like that, this worm of darkness slithers into her mind, and boom, a burst of blue flame shoots out of her, followed by a whole surge of magic so strong her mom has to put her out with water magic. And the king, he just looks at Aelin again, this time smiling.
Creepy. All right. Her mom's immediate response was blame Maeve and her shadow magic because, of course, the creepy aunt has to be behind it, right? But whatever it was, it triggered a wave of nightmares so bad her parents decided that they had to get out of the castle. So naturally, Lady Marion went with them. She's not just the handmaiden. She's also the Lady of Perrington.
Time out. Can we get a timeout for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
So I was already keeping track before of all the stuff Lady Marion is, and now she's also the Lady of Perrington. Holy shit, how many titles does this woman hold?
A lot.
All right.
And then later that night, Aelin still couldn't sleep, and that's when her mom gave her something big. The Galathinius family heirloom, the Amulet of Orin. It is described as this round disc about the size of your palm, a deep cerulean front, and carved into it is a white stag, of course.
What is that? White stag?
Made from the horn of the Lord of the Forest himself. Between the antlers is a burning crown of gold. Ooh, the immortal star. Tell me that doesn't scream plot device somewhere.
Sure enough.
And her mom is dead serious. Made it crystal clear. You're always to wear this. No exceptions.
No exceptions. And she lost it the very next night. Before we judge, let me finish the story, everybody. Celaena had begged the Valk Princess to end it. She didn't want to see the rest. Hours after getting the amulet, this storm rolled in, dark, unnatural. She got spooked and stuck into her parents' room. Now, we all know what happened next, but what we didn't know is Marion was there too. She saw it all and she got Celaena out. They just had to hold on one more day because help was coming. Her Aedion, Marion's cow, they were going to save them both. Marion promised she would keep her safe until then.
But wishful thinking doesn't change what we're reliving. These are nightmares, not happy endings.
Facts.
Because soon enough, they hear hoofbeats outside their hidey hole, and Marion knew right then her only job was getting Aelin out. She told her, run to the bridge, swore that they would find her there. And Marion, she sacrificed her life so Aelin could live. Brutal. Honestly, Aelin barely made it out herself. If not for the little folk swooping in and releasing her foot when her foot got caught, this whole series would have ended right there. She reached the bridge, and the shadowy figure cut it right out from under her, and down she went, plummeting into the icy black.
Now that sacrifice Lady Marion made, that is what broke Celaena for years. It was the moment she never let herself face. After she fell and woke up in Arobyn's bed, everything was hazy, but she knows she lost the amulet. She buried that memory so deep, she used it to become Celaena Sardothi. It was easier to be an assassin than the girl who lived while everyone else died. Cal, Quinn, all of them. She had hit rock bottom, and that's when the Valk Princess started sipping at her soul again. But then she heard it. Her younger self. Get up.
And then Sam was there too, whispering,
get up.
Then Nehemia, then her parents, and then Lady Marion, radiant and steady, standing beside Cal with his unshakable hope for the world, telling her again, get up. She refused to let Marion's sacrifice or the death of the people of Erilea be for nothing. Of course, the Valg tried their little mind games, twisting it, making the Force Ghost crew start spitting venom back at her. Every cruel word, every doubt, every ounce of self-blame. Because all of these years, she had blamed herself. And now she sees the king had orchestrated the whole thing.
The fuck?
And then came the montage, the memories, the good, the hope, the reasons to fight. And then fear was gone. And then little Aelin smiles and says one more time, get up. And that's when Aelin motherfrickin' Galathinius rose.
Motherfucking Galathinius.
Rose for her smackdown.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Wow. What a chapter. Holy shit. Now we know why Aelin became Celaena and why she has been just stuck her whole life is because of this moment. Lady Marion, everyone dying because of her. What's happening to Terracin, she blames herself.
The sacrifice that she feels means nothing because she has done nothing with her life.
Yes.
And that's like what has really just gut-wrenched her. Wow.
All right. So you want to know what the worm was.
Yeah, what's with that worm?
So I think the worm is controlled by that ring, and it's just like a metaphor for like what is getting inside people's heads. Like that's how he gets in people's heads with the ring.
So not an actual.
But the other crazy takeaway from this is we didn't know until just now that the king knew about her as a child. Like,
no.
About this part with the fire and everything. And he just smiled like, got you, motherfucker. Crazy.
Oh, which is why obviously they came back to whatever happened to everybody.
Yeah. But let's give a big shout out to Lady Marion.
Yeah.
With all of the jobs that woman has and then sacrifices herself to save a girl who was like a daughter to her as well.
Yeah. It was essentially her bonus daughter.
Yeah.
And then we don't even know what's going on with Aelin, right? We assume that she met the same fate as Cal and Quinn and everyone else.
Now, we do have a tinfoil hat.
Yes.
So there's words in a strange language that no one can remember on the back of the amulet, right?
Yes.
What do you think those are?
Didn't they used to speak a language for their rituals for the dead?
Could be.
Maybe something like that.
Or is it word marks?
Oh, it could be word marks.
Yeah.
A strange language. Yeah, could be word marks. All right. Cool. All right. So we've got that to look forward to. I have a quote. I think we agree on the quote of the chapter, maybe of the book. You eat like a fine lady. You should do it.
Now, that one is hilarious. However,
yeah.
I mean, quote of the book is a little much considering we do have probably the quote coming up in later chapters.
Yeah, okay. But this one was hilarious. This was the most hilarious. I'll give it the funniest quote. Yeah, not the most epic for sure, but this is the funniest.
All right, so now we're going to get to our picks.
Yes.
So my pick was when everyone was telling her to get up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you remember in Throne of Glass, who said that to her?
Chaol.
My man, Chaol.
Yeah.
So I am wondering if that's like her subconscious because that's what got her to get up. Because she still has feelings for Chaol.
Yeah.
Whether it's love. He's the one that got her up before. So now she's using everyone else that has sacrificed for her is now telling her to get up.
Yeah. To get up and use their sacrifice for what it was meant for.
Yeah.
To have her become who she's meant to be.
Yes.
All right. I love that. All right. Well, my pick for this one is it would not take a monster to destroy a monster, but light. Light to drive out darkness.
Yeah.
I love that.
You had that little memory montage that I can definitely see if they have a series where the Force Ghost people
The Force Ghost people
are saying all the bad things, and all of a sudden these memories flood in, and it's all the happiness memories, and all of us that are watching the series are bawling our eyes out.
Oh, man.
And then here comes little Aelin. Get up.
Oh, man. We'd be so beside ourselves.
Overpowered Aelin shows up.
In the arcane animated style, this would be chef's.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Look, I know we don't have a lot of listeners, but if you're going to push out any episode, push this one out and make sure the people who are doing arcane knows that we need either, well, both Throne of Glass and Akatar, have them do the animation, and then we'll be set.
It would be fabulous.
Okay, so we did also have another lore drop.
Yes.
Which was Lady Marion, because she was the sacrifice that she had been avoiding this entire time.
But we also got the little lore drop about the tiny folk helping her out, so they at least helped her that time too.
And the Amulet of Orinth,
yes,
which was heirloom. And as you said, will most likely come up later because it's lost.
Yeah, she lost it.
She did lose it, so now somebody has to find it.
All right. This was a heck of a chapter.
This is a good beginning to our finale. So are we ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. She chose to survive in chapter 55.
Karanam! Or bust.
From despair to rebirth, our girl isn't backing down. Welcome to chapter 55.
The barrier dropped, gone, but the darkness didn't surge into Mistward like everyone expected. Nah, they already had what they came for. Rowan, he was losing it, throwing magic at the shadows, trying anything to see her, and he knew she wasn't dead. Because, duh, they were bonded now. He's fighting off Gabrielle and Lorcan, screaming, threatening to rip their heads off if they don't let him go, when the ground rumbles. There's a flash of golden light. Just a second. She didn't burn out. She didn't break. She embraced it. And then fire erupting straight out of the darkness in front of them.
And then she steps out of the dark like, surprise, bitches, it's me, Aelin Galathinius, reborn. Hair flowing like she just walked off a battlefield runway, eyes literally sparking fire, and oh yeah, mystical forehead tattoo glowing like neon signage.
Nice. 2
of those demon spawn things launch at her and she doesn't even blink. Snaps, ashes, just cinders on the wind. And Rowan, he's already sprinting toward her like he's just spotted water in the desert. But of course, Narok and his shadow pet aren't done. They crank up another wave of darkness and you can see Aelin's fire guttering out. She's strong, but she's fading and fast. And Rowan knew this was his moment. Time to stop watching and actually throw himself into the fire with her.
Yes.
Aelin stood her ground, staring Narok and his last shadow beast down like, fine, if this is how I go, let's burn together. She knew it would probably kill her and Rowan, but she didn't flinch. And then here he comes, sprinting in like a man possessed, bloody palm outstretched, ready to Karanam this shit with her.
Karanam!
She doesn't hesitate, slits her own palm right over Nehemia's scar. And with that one act, again, he claimed her back. Tell me that's not the most devastatingly romantic battlefield move of all time.
And then the Black Hammer came down. Karanam! But they waited too long. Rowan's ancient-ass magic hit her like a freight train, and she shattered the darkness before it even reached them. Then she force-fed those bastards the sunshine they clearly begged for. And when it was done, all that was left of Narok and the 4 Valk princes were 4 Wordstone collars.
Holy hell. That's some power.
Yeah. So Karanam was pretty awesome.
I can't even imagine hundreds of years of power, and she's had 19 years. And here's a couple hundred. What?
Here, question though.
Yes.
Did she really need the Karanam? Because she said, and the other ones were like, poof.
Yeah, but he said she was sputtering out. She was fading. She had nothing left. And they were pulling all the shadows in.
Everybody's fucked now. Yeah.
So that Karanam thing is huge. They're definitely bonded even closer now.
So real quick.
Yeah.
She was given a vision, right?
Yes.
So kind of seems like a dark vision.
It did.
Now, was she gifted this a glimpse of the future? Is this fate or is this a possibility, do you think?
I feel like she felt like it was a possibility. Like, this is what could happen if you're not paying attention.
So there's certain things, certain paths that she could take. She could go to the dark side.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, remember, it's all about how you wield the power.
So Darth Aelin. Don't want it.
Darth Aelin. Yes, we do not want Darth Aelin.
Got it.
I do have a fun quote. If the Val craved the sunshine of Erilea, then she would give it to them.
I love that. That was good. Yeah. That was well written.
I love that that's what SJM said after you said something about, well, they just want the sunshine. Well,
they did, though.
She gave it to him.
She did give it to him.
All right, let's talk about the thing that you thought was interesting in this chapter.
So the reason why I was doing Karanum is because it kind of reminds me of like a superpower that you would get like in an 80s cartoon, like He-Man or Thundercats. So I was like, ah!
Yeah.
However, with how powerful both of them are, and now that they are able to combine each other with this special bond that they have, they've got to be the most powerful force in the world right now. So that can be a little scary, which I think why she was gifted this dark future. So that's a path they could take.
Yeah.
So she has to be careful with all this power now. So the Karanam thing can be a little frightening.
It's all about the wielder, for sure.
All right, you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
Plenty to fix in chapter 56.
Secrets and science.
From experiments to confessions, the pieces are finally fitting together. Welcome to chapter 56.
All right, we're back in Otterland, just a few days after the massacre, and we shifted Dorian. He's holed up in Sorscha's workroom, working side by side with her, when in drags Chaol. And wow, if Dorian looks wrecked, Chaol looks worse. He's gaunt. He has shadows under his eyes, like the weight of the whole kingdom's on his shoulders. And then he drops this, tells Dorian he was right. So Chaol finally cracks and tells Dorian and Sorscha everything. No more secrets. And in exchange, Dorian starts running experiments with him. Science bros, let's go. And holy balls, what an experiment it was. They're using crystals, triangulating, basically recreating how the towers work across Erilea.
Nerd shit.
And they actually piece it together. The king hadn't just snapped his fingers 10 years ago. He had built a system. He had eradicated magic through a literal grid of destruction.
Called it.
You did.
When Dorian finds out Chaol had already tried to warn Celaena, he starts to question where the hell Chaol's loyalty actually sits, especially since Chaol doesn't even know what he's going to do. Tear down the tower, tell the rebels, just stand there. Then Dorian lays it out. He's not going back to the way things were. He can't. Everything is different now, and honestly, he thinks that's a good thing. This left Chaol stunned and speechless because for the first time, Dorian is starting to sound like a king.
Ooh, everyone's growing up.
Growing up.
Everyone's growing up so fast.
Biggest takeaway is towers are a grid, so they are set up in Rifthold.
Knoll,
Amrath, right?
Yes, Amrath.
That's the one on the north.
Yes.
So it does have a triangular grid, and they did say that it goes through Morath and
the Farian Gap. And the Dead Isles. There was 3.
Yes.
Yep. All 3 of them.
So I'm wondering if that's like the biggest concentration of power, and that's why Barrington took Kaltain and Roland to Morath, and obviously why the witches and the wyverns were created and everything is gross and weird out there with the blood and everything.
Yes.
Out in the Farian Gap. Because it's just concentrated power, maybe. Just a guess.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat when it comes to the towers. Are they going to have to knock down a tower to release some magic? Would it have to be just one, or do you think it's going to be all 3?
When Dorian knocked down one, it stopped it.
Okay.
Instantly.
So 1 tower.
I think so. I mean, based on their little science experiment, yes, it would only take 1.
Okay, so let's go through the 3 towers.
Okay.
If you were to choose a tower, which one would you go for? All right, so Rifthold's out. So what's next?
I don't want to go to the Farian Gap. Everybody's all weird looking over there. I'll go to the tower. Well, the north is going to be cold.
Yep.
Does the south have beach? If the south has beach,
yes, I think Knoll is near a beachy area, I think.
Okay, I'm going to go there then.
For the beach?
Yeah, for the beach. Why not? What about you? Where would you go?
Where would I go?
Yeah, where would you go? Would you go to the north? Check out some snow?
I might go to the north.
Yeah.
I feel like, this is a weird reasoning.
Okay.
I feel like the guards up there would be a little more peeved about having to be stationed in the north. Like if I got stationed in Greenland when I was in the military, I'd be pissed. And, the one in North Dakota. Minot.
Yep.
Oh, fucking hell no. Ooh. However, if we look at the map, let me look at where Knoll's at. Because what if Knoll might be like Cannon, New Mexico? Ugh. That's another shitty base, but it's south and warm.
It could be like Arizona where it's
All right, looking at the map here.
Trying to murder you.
There's a lot of pages to get to before we get to the damn map. All right, Knoll. It's near volcanoes and shit. Oh, there's an oasis there.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, it's not too bad. It's not a terrible area.
That's the Silent Assassins, isn't it?
No, Silent Assassins is more east, near Yerpa. Knoll is further west, near the volcanic flows and the black sands of Roth.
Okay.
Past the Black Dunes.
Okay.
But there's an oasis of Barg there. So there's an oasis. You got that going for you. So up north, there's a jungle of Morla that you have to get through to get there first. Oh, you have to go through the Western Waste, though. Witch Kingdom. That's a little rough.
Isn't that all like gross and destroyed and can't grow anything? So it's going to be all just bleh.
Yeah, it looks kind of bleak up in the frozen waste. Yeah, I might go with you to the south. We're going to Knoll. So hopefully whoever goes chooses Knoll. That's where I go.
All right.
Okay.
To Knoll we go.
And you want to play with crystals?
Yeah. I want to try and see if I can triangulate and make a...
I'm sure there's some kind of science experiment we can find where you can make a triangulation with crystal. I guarantee it.
I have no doubt. We should check that out.
We should definitely do that and then see if we can recreate the little
experiment. Maybe we just have to knock down the towers and we'll all get our powers back.
Maybe.
Where are the towers? What if the Washington Monument is one? I feel like that's what I imagine when I think about the clock towers is I'm imagining the Washington Monument. So
I don't know. Anytime you say the word clock tower, I automatically go back to the future.
Okay.
Save the clock tower.
Oh my gosh. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
I am.
Kingdom Driven in chapter 57.
The word key revealed.
From whispered warnings to newfound truths, the path forward is clear. Let's get into chapter 57.
Celaena slept for 2 days after her big golden firework finale. Karanam! The cadre boys were headed out, and Rowan, he was not happy. None of them had offered to help her when they showed up swinging. Gabrielle was the only one who stuck around to say goodbye and to casually drop a, hey, maybe be careful around Maeve, because that blood oath, it's no fucking joke.
Later, she's sitting with Rowan by this quiet forest pool, and then it hits her. The amulet of Orinth, the one with the sacred white stag carved on one side.
Yes.
She finally realizes those were word marks carved into the other side, which means it was the third and final word key. Holy snap.
What?
If only she hadn't lost it when she fell into the river. Wait a minute. Wait, that's what saved her life, which means our favorite douche canoe, Erebin Hamel, absolutely swiped it the second he had the chance. Congrats, buddy. You just unlocked Aelin's next quest. Return to Rifthold and steal her shiny back. But she can't tell Rowan. Not with that blood oath chaining him to Maeve for eternity. Instead, she gives him something else. Her story. The whole story she's never shared with anyone before. And then, in this quiet moment, she does something she thought she couldn't. She conjures a single marble-sized droplet of water in her palm. Woohoo! Baby steps. Baby magic.
After another week of recovery, the fortress throws a celebration. But now it's time. Time to head to Dorian and finally get the answers from Maeve. The whole reason she came here in the first place and the whole reason why we read the damn book. Before she leaves, she turns to her Mistward family and tells them straight that Demi-Fae will always have a home in her kingdom.
That's beautiful.
Biggest takeaway.
Clearly.
Fucking the word key is the goddamn amulet and fucking Hamel has it.
Ooh. Oh, that just makes just one more notch in the I hate him belt. What? What just happened over there?
The way you got so angry, you're like, ooh, I'm so angry right now. Oh, that what? Oh, that stinking arrow, man. We're going to get him good. Yeah.
All right. So I have a tinfoil hat about this that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So what extra do you think that this amulet can do for her? She is already OP AF.
Well, it was protecting her as well. So not only is she powerful as fuck, the most OP with the Karanam, she also has this that will provide her protection. What the fuck? And she lost it.
So you think it'll still provide protection if she can get her hands on it again?
Oh, yeah. That thing's powerful as shit, probably.
Hopefully Arabin still has it, which I'm sure he does.
Let's do some picking. So my pick for this goddamn chapter is the cadre boys not lending a hand and Rowan getting pissed. And now Gabrielle did stop and take a look and was like, she's fine. And then took back off. So he at least stopped where everyone else was like, fuck it.
She actually told Gabrielle to go. He's not mad at Gabrielle because Gabrielle did it.
Celaena is a prideful ass. She refuses to ask for help. We know this. We've always talked shit about her goddamn pride.
True.
It doesn't matter. If someone says, I got this, no, there's 5 of you. One can still stick around to make sure she's got this because that's what a good person would do.
But they had no allegiance to her.
It doesn't matter about allegiance. It's her against foul princes in General Narak.
But what could Gabrielle have done?
Helped somehow. He could have done something. You're telling me that he's probably another warrior that's been hanging around for 200 and something, 300 years or whatever.
But Rowan couldn't do anything either.
Because Rowan was handling shit inside Mistward.
But not even then. When he came out, he couldn't do anything against the darkness or against the Vowed Princes. So
yeah, they Kara-named.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's the gesture.
Yes. No, I understand.
Was not there.
Yes.
Somebody should have stuck around. Anybody. Doesn't matter what they could have or could have not done.
To lend moral support at the very least.
Yeah, they could have at least clapped and been like, good job.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah.
You know.
Brushed her brow or fanned her with a leaf.
Could have coached her because
Yep.
they're warriors. They could have been like, all right, to your left. Nope. Oh, they hit you. Oh, man.
Oh.
All right, so what's your pick?
All right, my pick is she trusted Rowan and told him her whole story. They joked and they flirted, and I guess that there was a different look, a look that he gave her. What was that? Well, that was it. That's all she gave me was a different look.
Well, apparently it got her wet because she
conjured water.
Yeah,
oh, come on.
Yeah, that look got her wet. Yeah, good job, Rowan.
Oh my gosh. All right. The lore drop again was the amulet of Orinth was the third word key.
Yeah, word keys aren't inherently good or bad. It just depends on how the bearers use them. So that was a little new lore that we've learned. So
it's been hanging out in Terrasen, protecting Terrasen and making them prosperous for millennia.
You asked if this amulet is powerful. Answer is yes.
Yes. Can Erebin utilize the amulet?
Yes. Anybody can.
You think so?
Yes.
You don't think they have to be of any kind of Fey lineage?
Anybody can use a word key.
Oh my gourd.
So Erebin is very powerful then. That changes a lot of shit.
Whoa, it does. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. We ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
Hope won't abate in chapter 58.
Word of the Queen.
From whispered rumors to a rallying cry, the Queen's name is on every tongue. Welcome to chapter 58.
Back at the apartment, the War Council's Junior League is convening. Aedion, Ren, and Chaol trying to figure out what now. Ren and Murtaugh are set to head for Surya to chase down a potential lead, while Chaol's gearing up to head back to Aniel, maybe as an inside man, maybe as just another pawn, but still, he's moving. Then the door slams open and in barrels Murtaugh, and this time he's not bringing cookies. He's breathless, wide-eyed, practically vibrating as he blurts out the words, Aelin is alive, and that stops everything. Aedion goes statue still. Chaol is instantly demanding answers, and you can feel it. If word has already spread this far, this fast, something massive just went down. The whole city of Rifthold is buzzing with her name, like wildfire. No pun intended.
Murtaugh wasn't about to sit on this like it was just another War Council memo. Dude is grabbing his gear and heading out now, before the king locks down Rifthold tighter than a dungeon in Legend of Zelda. You know, the kind where everything's dark, there's only one lit torch, and the boss is waiting in the next room. He's sending riders to Fenharrow and Milisan, while Ren's staying back to dig up more dirt. But Chaol had one more ask before Murtaugh rolled out. Send word to Elway too, because yeah, it's time. No more stalling, no more hoping it'll work itself out. And Aedion, he swears he saw it just for a second, but Chaol's eyes might have been tears, might have been just dust. But either way, the dude finally gives a shit.
The news didn't just travel, though. It exploded like the deadliest game of telephone ever. One rider told 2, who told 4, who told 8, until suddenly it wasn't just whispers in Rifthold anymore. It had spread across kingdoms. To the red-haired queen herself, Ansel.
Yay!
To Nehemia's parents, still cloaked in mourning black. And the message that carried on every breath, every hoofbeat, every frantic whisper was devastatingly simple. Hold on.
Daddy Dearest is losing his damn mind, cleaning house in the most murdery way possible. Basically firing his entire administration for either giving him intel he didn't like or daring to suggest maybe he chill the hell out. Sounds like somebody in Washington, D.C.
It totally does.
And Dorian, quietly loving it, his best friend was wrecking Outerland from across the sea, and he was here for it. She had made him promise, and by the gods, she was keeping it. And he'd make sure she knew she wasn't forgotten. He sat there during the king's tantrums, tossing out just enough half-ass ideas to keep suspicion off him. Whatever. He was just playing the long game. Because when she came back, they'd burn it all down.
Woo! Together? Oh, man. He's on her side. I love it. Yay.
Oh, we knew Dorian was going to be on her side.
Well,
Dorian doesn't stand for this shit.
Yeah.
Aedion knows that his cousin's alive now.
Yeah. He's all tripped out and ready to start making plans, and he's ready to move, and yeah.
And the king's losing his shit, murdering people.
Everything is starting to really come to a head really quickly.
Yes. Now,
right. Yeah.
do you think all these other countries are going to go to war?
I would imagine so. Anyone that's been affected by Otterland now knows that there's a war coming. So if they have been negatively affected and they want in on the other side, now's the time to do it.
Agreed.
All right.
So my pick was Aedion, seeing in Chaol's eyes that he cares. So I think Aedion is finally going to start trusting Chaol a lot more now.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Finally, he does give a damn. My pick is that Ansel was mentioned. That was my pick. I was very excited. I was like, the red-haired queen. I was like, we know who that is. It's Ansel. So that was just fun for me. This was a fabulous chapter.
You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. Hell to Divine in chapter 59.
The breaking point.
When queens collide, kingdoms tremble. Welcome to chapter 59.
It took a solid week for Celaena and Rowan to make it to Dornell, and apparently is giving fantasy screensaver because even Orinth couldn't touch this place. Trees glowing, rivers singing, whatever, pure Pinterest core. But the last few days of that journey was awkward as fuck. No more teasing, no playful banter, just long-ass silences, and a whole lot of staring dramatically into the distance like they were in a moody breakup montage. And you could feel it. Something was coming.
By the time night fell, they finally reached the bridge to Dornell itself. No guards stepped in their way, which was almost worse. Instead, there were shadows on the rooftops, wings in the sky, an escort of watchers Rowan did not look thrilled about. Celaena kept her chin high, though, kept reminding herself she wasn't just some assassin dragged into the lion's den. She was a queen, the heir of Ash and Fire, and she had a plan.
They were escorted through the palace, the stone palace, to stand before Maeve on her equally stone-ass throne, flanked by those twin wolves like something out of a medieval intimidation handbook. Rowan bowed, and she left him there. Forehead to marble. Classy power move.
Mm-hmm.
Maeve locks in on Celaena. Show me what you got. Like this is her personal fire circus, but Celaena's not performing. She came for her info first.
Mm-hmm.
And thank the gods, because what if Maeve's just full of smoke and theatrics? Turns out she is.
Ooh.
She's got some info about word keys, but it's all scraps. Barely enough to call it lore. Damn it. Then we get a Valg Prince drop. Yay. And a Brandon mention, which we'll get into at the end of the chapter because it's a lot.
Then the shit goes sideways fast when Maeve asks Celaena if she knows where the third word key is. And she flat out refuses to answer. Thank the gods she never told Rowan because Maeve immediately, predictably, uses the blood oath to force him to speak. Bitch. And then, because apparently evil aunt wasn't enough, she cranks the cuntiness up to 11, and she has the wolves pin Rowan, while Lorcan and Gavriel take turns with an iron-tipped whip to his back. All Celaena had to do to make it stop was tell her aunt where the third word key is. Celaena begs, whispers for Maeve to stop, her voice breaking, the whip cracks shattering through her like thunder. She was right on the edge of giving in, the words trembling on her lips, when Rowan rasped out.
Don't.
And that's when she drew up the power she'd been banking deep inside, that molten core she'd hidden away, and she set the world on fire.
Well, she wanted to see Aelin's powers. Now the whole city gets to see them.
Yeah.
And the bitch doesn't know shit about the word keys.
No, not really. It doesn't seem like it. She didn't give her fuck all of information. Okay, so in this chapter, they talked about the word mark glowing when she dueled Cain and when she faced the Valg princes. Had the assassin in her parents' bedroom been possessed?
We'll talk about the Valg princes real quick. So the shadow creature living inside Cain, the ring contained it within a host's body. So
the necklaces that the Valg princes had on, those were host bodies. So there was a creature inside Cain being held there by the ring, right? Is that how that worked? Is the ring capable of holding a lesser demon inside a host body?
And then if the king has all three word keys, and he won't need the collars.
He's not going to need the collars at all because he doesn't need a living body at that point. Then he just needs bodies, zombies, White Walker. This is White Walker, straight up.
Okay.
I don't like it. All right, so let's not get him the third word key is what I'm saying.
Agreed.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it. Trying to get tricky in chapter 60.
Oaths and ink.
Control, fire, oaths, and scars. Everything changes here. Welcome to chapter 60.
Stone City or not, Celaena reminds Maeve real quick the people inside Dornell aren't made of stone. They burn, they bleed. And Maeve can act like Mab's power is irrelevant all she wants, but Celaena knows the truth. Maeve doesn't give a damn about Mab. What she really wants is to see how much of Brannon lives on in Aelin. Here's the thing about history. It's always written by the victors. Up until now, all we've heard is Maeve's version of the story. But the real tea? She never gave Brannon the word keys because she wanted them for herself. Athril tried to fight her, and he died for it. And while Maeve was weakened, Brannon swooped in, stole the keys, and left his friend's sword in that cave where Celaena would one day find it. And to make sure Maeve couldn't claw them back, Brandon slipped one key into the Amulet of Orinth, extra insurance for his bloodline. Meanwhile, Maeve went running off to hide, building her shiny stone city as a monument to her own cowardice. But in the end, it isn't Brandon she should have been worried about. It's Aelin Galathinius.
Celaena finally cracked the code her mother had been trying to drill into her: control. Not just over her firepower, but over her rage, grief, and that screaming chaos inside her head. And when Maeve tried to pull some desperate puppet master shit, ordering Rowan to hand over Goldrin like she didn't just get served, Celaena shut that shit down with zero hesitation. Finders keepers, bitch. Maeve particularly drops the classic villain exit line, "You'll pay for this." Cool, let me pencil that in next week to try me, and you'll regret this. But instead of firing back, Celaena gave her a little gift, a vision courtesy of the Vowed Princes, a glimpse of what her power could do, and Maeve bought it hook, line, and sinker.
The vision Maeve saw? It wasn't just fire and intimidation. It was a future. Celaena as Aelin, standing in a white palace with her court gathered close, Aedion among them, and beyond that, thousands chanting her name, the mark of Brandon's line glowing bright and blue on her brow like destiny itself had branded her. And then that last line, chilling, electric, impossible to ignore. She smiled at the crowd, at her people, at her world, so ripe for the taking. Okay, that's not just a queen, that's a conqueror.
And Maeve bought it. Sweet. Then they get into a little ownership spat over Rowan, like he's a sword on a PS5 controller. Like, hey, right here, I can make my own choices. But Celaena had an ace up her sleeve. Well, technically, it was a ring in her pocket, but let me have that metaphor. It worked.
I'll let you have it. Celaena basically whips out the ultimate trump card. Bitch, I got your ex's ring. And Maeve tries the classic, hey, that's mine. And Celaena just claps back with the same, finders, keepers, ho. But wait, did Rowan set this all up? The sword in the cave, the ring tucked away, like he trusted that she would figure all of this out? Beauty and brains? Turns out Rowan was stacking the deck from the start. Then Celaena takes it a step further, offers Maeve a trade. The ring from the guy she supposedly loved enough to murder for Rowan's freedom. But Maeve smears, blood oath, skank. And Celaena doesn't blink. Your oath, your rules. Break it.
Then Maeve freed him with some bullshit Latin that took all 5 seconds. Oh no, the blood oath is so complicated. Turns out that just a couple of drops of blood and her spell that sounds like aspired pig Latin. His boys were wide-eyed. It literally says so in the book. Now they know 5 seconds, a few syllables, and poof, freedom. Spare me the dramatics. And then with all the glorious 5-second freedom, Rowan steps up and asks for another blood oath, this time to Aelin. This time he chooses, and he claims her to whatever end. They do the oath. He promises to serve her court until his last breath and the world beyond, to whatever end. Then he drinks her blood, and she feels the bond lock into place. Maeve gets all offended. All
right, when they finally left Doranel, Rowan didn't give 2 shits about his belongings. He just wanted distance from Maeve, and fast. And then this scene was hot. Not in a steamy way, but in a raw, intimate, soul-bearing way. Rowan tattooed her. Ink etched into scarred skin, every line a vow, a memory. And Celaena, total badass, because let's be real, tattooing directly over scars does not feel good. But that's the point. Pain for her was no longer just punishment, it was devotion. While he worked, she spoke prayers in the old language, chanting, singing softly, honoring the names of those she lost. And Rowan didn't stop her, didn't silence her. He let her voice fill the night, a hymn woven into ink and blood. When the last line was done, he followed her into a dark field, her song still rising around them like smoke. 3 bold lines inked across her 3 largest scars, one for her parents, one for Lady Marian, one for her court. And on the smaller scars, she honored Nehemia and Sam, a body of wounds turned into a living memorial. And this is when Scott decided Rowan wasn't the worst. Big takeaway. Maeve's story was a lie. She never gave the keys to Brandon. She was planning on using those herself.
So I guess Rowan, what's that thing in therapy where you can't live without somebody? It's a term where like your happiness is dependent upon somebody else. There you go. So obviously Rowan's codependent as fuck because one blood oath straight to the next.
But he logicked it, didn't he?
No.
Yes, he did.
He's serving a court.
He said because she would need his protection. She would need all the friends that she could have.
Does a blood oath need to happen for that? Or can he just not say, I love you, I'm going to protect you?
I don't know. I guess there's something about it that seems...
Well, they've already done the Caranam. I mean, how much more do you need?
I don't know what the blood oath means as far as...
Till death, I guess, like, he will die if she dies. I guess that's the only thing I can think of that's more special. I can see it for Maeve because Maeve did it for control and for slavery purposes, but there's no point because unless it's just ceremonial. But again, that's a lot, man.
That's a lot for them.
I mean, if she dies, he dies. What if she just has a heart attack?
We don't know that that's what the blood oath means.
If Maeve dies, he dies. while he was blood oath to her. It says to whatever end. I think she died. So how's that work if she's mortal? So when she croaks at like 90, is she just going to release him from the blood oath?
It sounds like all she has to do is speak some old pig Latin and he'll be let go.
But if she's mortal, what if she just has a heart attack? Random ass heart attack one day, and she can't set him free before she has a heart attack, and then he dies too. I'm just saying.
I'm thinking there's something we don't know about the blood oath is my guess.
It's very risky. I can see it doing with another immortal. Like, he didn't even think about it. It just went straight. I'm out of Maeve, straight to her. Zero thought. Zero. He doesn't care about his freedom. Dude hasn't had freedom in hundreds of years. Stockholm syndrome.
I don't think that that's what this is.
Could be.
What?
Why else would he blood bond so quickly? I know it's cutesy tootsie for the book and everything, the blood bond. I'm just being devil's advocate and just having fun with this. Like, if you were to realistically free somebody, would they go straight into bonds, even though they love the person or whatever? I mean, I am reading Guild. Is that what happens with Ravager? Is it?
I'm not telling you nothing.
She do some like special bond with him, where she's now Stockholmed with him as well.
I'm not telling you nothing.
I'm just saying, these blood oaths are a little tricky.
I mean, he says he does it because she's defenseless, landless, and without allies. Because Maeve will let her walk out of here today doesn't mean she's not going to come after Aelin tomorrow. She knows how powerful Rowan is and knows how powerful they are together. It'll at least make Maeve hesitate.
You're still not justifying it. You can still do all of that without doing a blood oath.
I'm not sure exactly what it is about the blood oath that made it so...
I know what makes it special. It's a special thing for the FMC and MMC. I know why they're written in there. I'm just having fun with it.
Oh.
I'm not being serious. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're such a turd.
I'm just fucking around because I don't see a reason for it if I were that person. Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I would just say, I will help you out. I promise.
That's really lame. Nobody's reading that book, just so you know.
Okay.
It's really cool. I'll help you out, I promise.
But if you have I'm not dropping dead if you have a heart attack, though. That's facts.
We don't know that that's what happens. No, nowhere in any of this has it said, if so-and-so with the blood oath dies, so does the other person under the blood oath.
Maeve.
No, it doesn't.
If something happens to Maeve, I'm pretty sure they die.
It doesn't say that anywhere. You were just...
Then what's the point of a blood oath?
You were just having white stags appear in tapestries again.
Then what the hell's the point of a blood oath then?
You are having...
No, I'm serious.
Because you can command them to do whatever you want.
Yeah, and wouldn't you also set it up to where if I die, they die too, so nobody else can have them? I would literally... That's how all these oaths usually work.
That doesn't mean that that's how they all are. I'm sure that you can make your blood oath whatever you want.
But why would you do a blood oath if it's not to the death? It doesn't make it as fun. Like you said, if you're trying to make it romantic, it would be to the death. To whatever end. Bam. See? Death.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to just skip a beat and go on to the quote of this chapter for sure.
End.
No. Behold my power, Maeve. Behold what I grapple with in the deep dark, what prowls under my skin. Love it.
I mean, that's cool, but
dope.
I'm pretty sure to whatever end is...
Yeah, I have both of them there, but I just liked how, behold what I grapple with in the deep dark. It sounds ominous, foreboding. I liked it.
All right, you ready to turn the page?
Yep, I am. Let's go. Chaos begun in chapter 61.
Capture the Egg, Iron Teeth edition.
From war games to free falls. Welcome to chapter 61.
Manon. It's time for war games, baby. Not the 1980s movies with Matthew Broderick that is absolutely slept on when it comes to the best 80s movies. I digress. 13 versus the rest. Let's see what the Coven's really made of. And yes, they're basically playing Capture the Flag, just with wyverns, witches, and about 10 times the murder potential. They've been told not to maim or kill, but come on, like that's going to stop Iskra from accidentally ripping someone's arm off. Meanwhile, all these officials and counselors from Aelin are watching like it's a halftime show. We all realize you're showing off flying apex predators to the people actively conquering the continent, right? Cool. No notes.
The 13 waste 0 time with the blue blood egg. Snatched up, easy peasy. And Astrid pulling midair acrobatics like Cirque du Soleil on steroids, reminding everyone exactly why she is second. But the yellow legs egg, that one's about to get messy. Because Miss Petra, the blue blood heir, sees her chance while everyone's busy clawing each other to pieces. She swoops in, aiming to swipe the egg right out from under Manon's nose, only for Iskra to catch her mid-dive. And then it's wyverns colliding, talons raking, teeth snapping, shrieks splitting the air in pain everywhere. Perfect chance for Manon to order Abraxas to grab the egg, right? But Abraxas, he's not playing that game. Because Iskra's wyvern just dropped Keely mid-air. Petra still strapped to her saddle. And Abraxas now has his own priorities.
The blue blood matron was screaming her lungs out as Petra and Keely went full nosedive towards the rocks. No one was close enough to catch them except Abraxas, and he didn't even blink. He beelined it towards Keely, barely holding herself together, trying to help her save Petra. But let's be real, Abraxas was too small, Keely was too broken, and Petra was already out cold. So Manon went full Astrid, launched herself between wyverns, and just he fucking ho.
Ooh. So it sounds like the big takeaway for me for this chapter was that maybe Petra wasn't lying about her connection with Keely.
No, there's definitely a connection between the two.
So why haven't Asterin or any of the other 13 said anything? Do you think they just don't have that connection with their wyverns, or they're just not willing to talk about it?
They probably do not have the same connection. It's probably a special type of connection for certain wyverns and certain people.
Do we know how the wyverns were created?
Well, we know it was created from all that Val Black power shit. But we just don't know how.
That's it for the whole thing.
All right. You return the page?
Yeah, let's go.
A heavy view in chapter 62.
The weight of wings.
Iron teeth don't feel until they do. Welcome to chapter 62.
Keely cried out but held steady when Manon landed on her. Even broken and dying, she gave Manon the seconds she needed. Manon cut Petra loose from the saddle and hauled her limp weight up and lashed her to her own mount. And in that heartbeat, Manon actually thanked Keely, then flung herself skyward, and Abraxas was there, catching her mid-air, wings pounding as he carried them up the canyon wall and into the open sky. But Keely never rose from the canyon floor.
And of course, the Blackbeaks won the war games. Manon was crowned the wing leader. This did not impress the Blackbeak matron, though. She's pissed. And she let Manon know repeatedly later that night. Remember, witches don't have hearts, and witches are brutal, and witches are disciplined. But Manon can't get the sound of Keely hitting the earth out of her head. She didn't regret that the animal sacrifice would not be in vain. She didn't regret saving Petra.
Meanwhile, the Yellowlegs matron and good old Iskra are spinning their little PR campaign all, what an unfortunate incident, and, oh, wyverns are just so uncontrollable. Please. Manon heard the kill command. Petra did too. But this isn't Manon's vengeance to take. It's Petra's, if and when she wants it. And here's the kicker. You'd think being wing leader would mean protection, right? A little power, a little security? Nope. Now she's got a bigger bullseye on her back. Whispers of poison in her cup, blades in the dark. But for now, they're going to celebrate. A feast for her victory, her shiny new title.
And of course, no witch celebration would be complete without a gift and some bloodshed. In this case, Matron Blackbeak is offering her a new cloak. Side note, it's currently draped around the shoulders of the captured Kraken witch. And to get it, all Manon has to do is end her life. But first, the Kraken has some thoughts to really fuck up Manon's worldview. Because she saved Petra's life, she sowed empathy. Now she has to course correct the gaslighting that must occur in Iron Teeth clans. One look at her grandmother and she knew it was true, but her hands were tied. She took the witch's life.
Later, away from the noise of the feast, Manon finds herself sprawled in a meadow with Abraxas, the flower-sniffing wyvern who would rather nap in a patch of daisies than rip out a throat. And that's when the Kraken's words creep back in. They were notorious liars, though, right? But then she remembers Keely's eyes, the raw determination as she fought to keep Petra alive, and Abraxas tucking his wing around her like a shield. These were wyverns, beasts. They weren't supposed to have hearts, weren't supposed to feel, just like witches weren't supposed to feel. And yet, this strange new weight is pressing into her chest. Regret. What the hell is that? That's mortal shit. Soft shit. Not iron teeth. And yet, there it is, clawing at her anyway.
All right, so they're not born evil. They're taught to be evil, just like racist people. Got it.
Yeah, that is insane.
Well, this goes back to that whole nature and nurture, not nature versus nurture.
Yeah, they are both. Made them into monsters.
It's all about choices.
It is about choices. And also about choices. They have known how to break the curse and have chosen not to?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Power, baby. It's all about power. That to them, power is more important than empathy.
But they've known how to break the curse on the Witch Kingdom, which means they could go back to their kingdom. Why aren't they going back to their kingdom? I see you have a pick here, and I want to talk about this.
Yeah, Matron's going to betray Manon later.
You think so?
Fuck yeah.
To who? To the king?
To Iskra.
To Iskra. Oh.
Because Iskra is more like what the Matron wants than what Manon is. Because Manon's getting all soft. And why do you think she was like, all right, you and your 13 go to Morath, get the fuck out of here. Why wouldn't the Matron go with her? I'm going to stay behind with Iskra. Like,
is
there's
Iskra
no
staying
need.
there too?
Yeah, that was their plan. They put Iskra in charge of the Ferrying Gap.
Oh.
And they sent Manon to Morath for what?
Yeah, I have to agree. And Matron Blackbeak wants Manon to take over Baba's place as the head of over the all three, right?
Well, sounds like even though she wanted Manon to be the wing leader, I have a feeling that's going to change. That she's going to be talking Iskra to become, or she's going to make Iskra the wing leader now because Manon's getting soft.
Maybe.
I'm telling you, it's happening. That's my tinfoil hat.
There's definitely some betrayals about to happen for sure.
It's happening.
Yep. All right. I believe you.
All right, ready to turn the page?
All right. I am. Let's go. No place to flee in chapter 63.
The net closes in.
Schemes unravel. Traps snap shut. Let's get into chapter 63.
Chaol and Aedion were up on the rooftop catching a moment of peace, or as peaceful as it gets when your queen just declared magical war from across the sea and your kingdom is held together with bad spells and war secrets. Aedion was still half in shock from the, oh shit, she really said that moment. Chaol had gathered them to share what he'd figured out about the spell the king used and maybe how to destroy it. There was a lot to get done before she came back. Step 1, get Dorian and Sorscha out of the castle.
And when she did come back, she wasn't going to be Celaena anymore. She'd be Aelin, queen, ready to go home to Terrasen. Chaol was still trying to wrap his mind around that one. Like the girl he knew who had just upgraded to DLC, he didn't have the download code for. So when Aedion asked if there was anything Chaol wanted to say to her, Chaol fumbled it. Not only did he keep the whole clock tower thing to himself, he actually told Aedion to tell her that Chaol had nothing to do with them, that they had barely even spoken.
With a complete change of scenery, Sorscha and Dorian are cuddling. Sorscha struggles with her feelings. She wants to go and see and do everything with him. Oh, but she can feel that the winds are shifting. Aelin was alive, and he needed to focus without worrying about her. Well, she wouldn't give to be his queen, but she didn't count herself brave enough to be the queen he would need. But for now, she was content to be selfish in his arms. No regrets about kissing the crown prince.
No regrets.
Regrets.
For 2 days, Chaol and Aedion plotted an escape route for Dorian and Sorscha. Neither of them had even objected. The plan was simple. They'd all tag along with Dorian as he left for Aniel, say their goodbyes along the road, and then just never look back. Okay, well, they weren't supposed to come back to Rifthold. But let's be honest. Dorian wasn't about to take that lying down. He was absolutely going to put up a fight. Chaol even got so far as turning in his formal suggestions for his replacement. It was happening. They were leaving. For real. Just one more day and they'd be gone. So when the summons came, calling him to the king's private council chamber, it kind of knocked the wind right out of him. And walking in to see 15 guards, men he didn't recognize, already surrounding Aedion. Oh, this can't be good.
Word reached Dorian fast. Chaol and Aedion had been summoned to the king's private council room, which meant one thing. It's time to go. Now. Like, grab Sorscha and run now. But nope, it was too late. Amanthe and 6 guards, ones he didn't recognize, were already waiting. And they weren't just, hey, come with us waiting. They were, your fate is sealed waiting. Fuck.
Oh, no.
So.
All right. So shit's hitting the fan real quick.
I don't think Chaol got them out of the castle fast enough.
Nope. So now Chaol is there, Aedion's there, Dorian's headed there, and Sorscha is headed there.
King knows.
Yeah. Why do you think Chaol told Aedion not to mention anything about him? Do you think Chaol thinks that she's just so mad that she'd refuse Aedion's help if he was involved? Why did Chaol tell him that?
Tell who what?
Why did Chaol tell Aedion to not mention that he knew Chaol to Aelin?
To who?
To Aelin? Yeah. Why did he say that?
Why did Aedion tell
Chaol?
Why did
Chaol said, yo, bro, don't tell Aelin you know me. Don't tell Aelin you know anything about me.
Chaol said
we don't know each other.
Aedion?
Yes. Why?
If they meet.
Yeah. When Aedion meets with Aelin.
Got it.
Don't tell her you know me, says Chaol. Why? Because of the trust issue?
I lost for words on that one. I have no clue. I don't know. I didn't. What? What?
Okay.
Yeah, that we'll chalk that up as a tinfoil hat that Scott can't figure out. Got it.
All right. Well, I thought with it being about Chaol, you'd be all over that, but whatever.
I didn't, I guess, pay attention to that part.
Words. It's those words that tripped me up at some point, I guess. I had one pick for this chapter, and that was, I thought it was a little gut-wrenching, heartfelt moment for Chaol, is that though Celaena would always pick him, Aelin would not, because her loyalties lie elsewhere.
Yeah.
And that was a poignant realization for him. Another growth point for Chaol.
That's all I'm saying. Like, he's really, really got to fuck up in Queen of Shadows because he's coming to realizations right now.
He also didn't tell them how to fix the tower thing. So he's keeping secrets.
Didn't tell who?
He didn't tell Aedion.
He didn't have time.
Yes, he did.
When?
He specifically chose not to just now.
Oh, that's right.
He chose not to.
Maybe it could be one of those situations where, like, the less you know of the plans, the better. Because sometimes a lot of rebels do this, and then it goes back to Star Wars, where not every single rebel cell will know all the exact plan in case somebody gets captured. Like, like what's going on right now? Then that person won't know all the plan in case they get tortured, interrogated, and stuff like that. So maybe that's Chaol's thinking because he is a captain of a guard. He probably knows how torturing works and all that stuff. So he's like, all right, the less they know of my plan, the better in case I get caught. And then Aedion can't take the fall for knowing about the towers and shit. So it could be a way to protect as well.
But if Chaol dies, then no one knows.
It's a risk sometimes you gotta take. I mean, because I'm serious. Like sometimes
you always being on Chaol's side.
I'm not being on Chaol's side. It's called devil's advocate because yes, I can see everyone else's point where it's like, oh, he's keeping information. What shady shit is he doing? But you also got to see the other point where if you watch any other spy or rebellion movie or books or anything, the less that people know about every exact detail of every plan, the better in case people get caught.
It's one person. It's Aedion, and he's staying here. I am curious. I'm wondering if this is part of what's going to pop off in Queen of Shadows that ruins Chaol for everyone. I'll be interested.
So they didn't tell someone about the towers?
Yeah.
No, it's because Aelin's the FMC. We all got a soft spot for the main character in every book. So if anybody does the main character any sort of wrong, we hate them.
So you keep doing this thing where you say these things are happening, and I keep saying, I wonder if this.
I know.
I'm just guessing.
You're just guessing.
And you're throwing out, no, this is going to happen. And you know what? You don't know.
I'm not.
Unless you read it. Did you read it?
I mean, I didn't read it, but we know enough. You and I know enough to where it's because the way he treats her. You know, everyone's got a soft spot for the main character. Got it. You know, Chaol's a main character.
Chaol is the main character.
He's one of the three.
Yep.
Exactly.
One of the three. We haven't even seen Kaltain at all. Anyways.
She'll show up in Queen of Shadows, I guaranteed.
For sure. Maybe she's the Queen of
Shadows. Well, we're going to Morath with Manon, so she has to.
Yay.
Okay, you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
All right, let the heads roll.
That's you.
Oh, wait, does that say hope hits the floor?
Yes. What is happening right now?
Because the title is Hope Hits the Floor, and we've been talking about poor Sorscha's getting her head decapitated, so I thought, like, hope was her head hitting the floor, like that was the hope. I was like, oh, that was metaphor for a head getting lopped off. Man. All right, let's let these heads roll. Hope hits the floor in chapter 64.
The king's no.
The king's trap snaps shut, and mercy is nowhere to be found in chapter 64.
Aedion, Chaol, Dorian, and Sorscha lined up in the council room before the king. The trap was already sprung. Turns out the king's spies had been onto them the whole time. Chaol and Aedion's rooftop meetings, known. Dorian and Sorscha's relationship, already known. And then the kicker. The king agrees. Sorscha should leave, which sounds merciful for about 2 seconds until they force her to her knees while guards hold Dorian back. It's not even happening right now.
I feel so terrible. I'm laughing at her head.
You are so bright fucking red. It's hilarious.
I'm good.
Okay. Which sounds merciful for about 2 seconds until they force her to her knees while guards hold Dorian back. Aedion shoots a look at Chaol, desperate to know if he recognizes these men, if there's any chance to fight out of this. But Chaol doesn't know them. And even if he did, what are the odds? Hopeless?
Dorian tried to plead for Sorscha's life, but he didn't have what the king really wanted. Info. Then the king dropped a bomb. Someone's been sending letters to the rebel leader. Chaol was about to take the hit when Aedion stepped up. Full chest out, no hesitation, bold as hell. That man took it like a general. Chaol knew the second he confessed, Aedion would probably never see his cousin again, but he understood it. The ring? A fake. And the king actually looked amused that Aedion managed to pull one over on him. Except this wasn't about Aedion. This whole thing was about Sorscha.
Oh, shit. That letter she tossed when Dorian walked in? Yeah, her boss had dug it out of the trash and hand-delivered it to the king. And still, with every reason to break, Sorscha actually held her ground. She looked the king dead in his cold, vile eyes and told him he deserves everything that's coming for him. Then she turned to Dorian and spoke words I won't even repeat here because I will lose it completely. Dorian tried one last desperate plea for her freedom. The king just glanced over all of them, then back at his son, and with that venomous little smirk, he said the final word.
No. The next scene, brutal. Nehemia was a gut punch, but this one broke us. I legit, when I was reading it, had to put down the book after that last word, no. And I kind of like sat there for minutes. And we're not going to walk through every detail, but we all know what happened.
Yeah.
And so Sorscha murdered.
Yep. And the king knew everything. So we just still don't know who the person is, but it sounds like if they know about the letters from this side, maybe they're tracking them to the other side too.
Good point.
Oh, snap. Uh-oh. I wonder if they know who the friend is. King of Otterland is not messing around. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's go.
Hope takes a dive in chapter 65.
New bling.
This is where the game ends and the war begins. Let's slam into chapter 65.
All right, so Chaol's done feeling helpless, so he did the one thing he's been dancing around for the last, 600 pages? He drew his sword on the king the man was literally sworn to protect. And the king barely even blinked, looked at him like he was a mildly annoying pop-up ad. But then Chaol let loose, told him there was only one man fit for Aedirlan's throne, and that was Dorian.
Cool.
And the queen who'd come from the north? No, not Sansa Stark. Calm down. But yeah, she and Dorian are everything the king hates. One word, hope. And that's when the king ordered Chaol's execution. A crossbow bolt flies, and then the whole room ices over.
The arrow frozen midair. Oh, fuck. And just like that, Daddy Dearest knows Dorian's secret is out. With nothing left to hide, Dorian unleashed his magic, not to save himself, but to shove Chaol toward freedom. He ordered him to run, to live, come back later with one mission. Burn this motherfucker down. Chaol's heart was ripping out of his chest. He wanted to stay, to fight for Dorian. But he knew this was exactly what the king wanted. This was a trap. So he gave Dorian one last look, whispered the words he'd never said before, I love you, and ran. Just as the king crushed Dorian under his power and shut him down.
As Aedion was dragged toward the dungeons, he knew Chaol would have died for all of them if it came to that. But Aedion couldn't let the queen's friend take the fall. So Aedion Ashriver was ready to die for his queen, for Terrasen. And gods, he'd never felt as dirty as he did when he had to thank the king for murdering his people. That taste was going to stick. His only regret, he wouldn't get to see Aelin again, not once.
Dorian's heart was already shredded. He wished he could have saved Sorscha. But nobody lays a hand on Chaol. That was his brother, his friend, and the man who had just sworn his loyalty to him. So when the end came, Dorian welcomed it. If death was what waited, he was ready. But his father had other plans. Oh, shit. The king snapped a wordstone collar around his son's neck. The same kind the Valg princes wore, and the second it clicked into place, the light was gone, and Dorian fell into darkness, clutching Sorscha's hand.
And then, our goddamn hero, Chaol, he doesn't bolt for the gates, ladies and gentlemen, no. This glorious bastard runs to Dorian's room to save Fleetfoot again. Priorities. Dog first, chaos second. Then he also makes one last stop to Elena's tomb. He doesn't just bolt for the goddamn exit. He grabs Damaris and even stops to talk to Mort, just in case she comes back. In case she doesn't know. He stopped at Mort.
Mm-hmm.
He also snagged some of Celaena and Dorian's magic books, just casually committing treason on his way out. And as he left the castle, he heard the screams and couldn't tell which was worse, Dorian dead or still alive.
Chaol finally staggered into Celaena's apartment, looking like he'd been dragged backward through hell. And Rin didn't need details. One look at Chaol told him everything. No matter what had just gone down, no matter how impossible it seemed, Rin promised him then and there he would help. They would free Aedion, they would free Dorian, whatever it took. Oh my gosh. All right, big takeaways. Aedion's arrested. Dorian saved Chaol's life, but fell right into his dad's hands, who was super excited to find out that his son, oh, you have magic, yay! Ka-clink, let me put this awesome necklace on you that we think might turn him into a body sack for a prince.
Could be.
Oh my gosh.
This is definitely the Empire Strikes Back of the series. This is where the bad guy wins.
Yes. Oh
big
my
time.
gosh.
And our heroes are in a slump. Well, most of them. The ones in Aedirlan are in a slump. Celaena and Rowan are doing pretty all right over there. Tinfoil hat, of course, because Dorian is now captured. Of course, the king's going to experiment on him. Of course.
Yeah.
He just found out his son's magic, or probably assumed his son was magic. Because remember, he did build the tower.
On his son's birthday, yep. Or when he was around the time he was born.
He was probably assuming his son would become magical.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so real quick, I'm going to hop on my soapbox here.
Here we go.
Fucking soapbox. I'm going to stop like super high pedestal coming.
Okay.
The man saved the dog again. First time he jumps into an unknown portal of hell to fight a demon with no weapons, grabs up the dog and hops back, right? And then he's trying to escape. Most people would just run the fuck out. No, he goes all the way up to Dorian's room, grabs Fleetfoot, grabs spell books. And he was like, you know what? Just in case we might need these as well. And then goes all the way down to Elena and was like, Mort, I know you don't like me, bro. We ain't like that. But here's some shit I'm saying to our girl. Can you please pass it on? So he did a couple errands before
in the midst of fleeing for his life.
What?
Yeah.
And then Dorian was even like, love you, bro. You know?
Yeah.
This dude really has to fuck up.
Yeah.
Like bad.
It's going to have to be really bad.
They just don't like Chaol because he Yes, he is a Captain America. We get it. They're boring. Blah, 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 blah.
We can't say why because we haven't read it. We have no idea.
At this point, people have said that, because we even said it. We called him Kale Chip at the beginning because he was boring.
But we're not saying that that's why they hate him after Queen of Shadows.
Not after Queen of Shadows, I'm saying at this point. The ones who do not like Kale at this point, it's just because he's the boring Captain America guy who does the right thing. Well, look at him now.
Kate,
the Captain America
this?
boy saves the dog.
Okay.
Give this man credit.
I give him all of the credits.
I'm not talking about you.
I know. I'm giving him credit, though, because no one else is here. No one else is here to argue with you. All right.
We will on Fancastic Pod. She's definitely a Kale hater.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. She also has not read Tower of Dawn, I think.
What? That is not. No, you can't.
Well,
you can't do it that way.
She's going to give me shit for Quicksilver.
Well, my thing is you can't have an opinion on it until you read the whole book, the whole series. So you're not allowed to have one until you read the whole series, and neither is she.
Well, I can because I'm not saying that. I'm going to say at the point yeah, you're right, because I have to read the whole book to really hate Kingfisher. You're right. All right, good point. All right, because I got to finish Quicksilver.
I guess so. Yes.
Oh, I'll make a deal with her.
Ooh.
She reads Tower of Dawn. I'll finish Quicksilver.
Ooh. All right.
We'll talk about that on the show.
All right, let's do that. All right. My pick for this chapter was that Sorscha's contact, her friend, was Ren. So it wasn't Irene, like I was guessing it was at one point. Dang it. All right. Well, all right. Yeah,
I think we both thought it was Irene because both healers.
Yeah, that's what it made sense, but I guess we didn't know what information she was giving out or anything. So, all right. You ready to turn the page?
Let's do it. No quick fix in chapter 66.
Shadows over Morath.
Welcome to chapter 66, where orders turn to exile.
So, Manon's next assignment, she's headed to Morath to serve under good old Borrington, which means, ooh, we might get Manon and hey, it's Rompier in the same damn episode.
One can only hope.
I'm hoping. So yeah, Manon's getting shipped to Morath while Iskra takes command of the Farian Gap. And Granny Matron, in her usual assholish fashion, makes it clear Manon gets Morath, but the Gap, that's family property, and she only gets visitation rights in the summer. Exactly like you said.
Manon and her 13 flew to Morath under the cover of darkness, just like the king commanded. No grand send-off, just wind, shadows, and teeth. But somewhere up in the cold-ass sky, she found herself thinking about what the Kraken Witch had said, and for a second it stuck. She shook it off. Her goal was her homeland, not ghosts, not doubt, not questions, just blood and sky and whatever was waiting in Morath. Short chapter, but like you said, hoping for a phenomenon and a hey, it's Rompier.
I'm going to be so excited about that.
Oh yeah, if we get both in one episode, I am totally down. Or one chapter.
What if they're catty at each other? Oh my gosh.
Oh, they become besties?
Or that.
Manon, Kaltain besties?
Oh
I can fuck with that for sure.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great.
Yeah, her and Borrington are definitely going to butt heads, the tinfoil hat that you have up here.
Yes.
And you think that she's going to save Roland and Rompier?
I think you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I did not say that. I like that. All right, she'll save Roland and Rompier, you think?
Manon is on her way to turning good.
Yes, she is. She's on her way to having feelings, whatever the hell those are.
Her and Abraxas could see what's happening to Roland and Rompier, the torturing, whatever they're being turned into, and then start having empathy and feelings and then save them.
Or maybe the experiment on Roland works and she saves Kaltain from Roland. We don't need Roland. He can go away.
Oh, shit. I just thought of a tinfoil hat, but I cannot say it because it's definitely spoilers that we know about that I don't want to mention on here. That I think is going to happen. How Manon and somebody else meet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Okay.
No, you know. That's why I'm just not saying it on here because other readers might not know.
Okay. All right. Well, that was
a short chapter.
Very short chapter. They're headed to Morath.
I think the rest of the chapters are extremely short chapters, so buckle up for just some quick-ass wrap-up chapters, I guess.
All right. You ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Fate is driven in chapter 67.
The Eagles Fall.
No battle, no words, just a sword, a river, and a decision. Welcome to chapter 67.
I feel like the way you drug out that sentence is going to be longer than this chapter is. So this is a very, 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 very short chapter, but like the one-page chapter in Crown of Midnight, the symbolism is the most powerful moment for this character. This was the moment he chose a side. One sword represented death, lies, and betrayal, the one with the eagle on the pommel, while the other was hope and a time when good men ruled. The man took the sword with the eagle on its pommel and tossed it to the Avery River, and he made his choice. Similar to chapter 25 in Crown of Midnight, very short but powerful. Life-altering chapter for Celaena when Elaine and Nehemia were discussing what needed to be done to get her on her path.
Oh, yeah, that chapter. Okay.
So, biggest takeaway, obviously, Chaol made his choice. I think this is the biggest moment for him in the series because this is when he finally makes that choice that he is going to fight for the good guys.
Mm-hmm. He would see the world reborn even if it took his last breath.
Yes, that quote was awesome.
Perfect. It was a perfect quote for this chapter.
Chaol, you really got to fuck up.
Yeah.
Next book, buddy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be bad. It's going to be bad.
That's cool that he has Damaris now, though.
Yeah. As we said, short chapters. So we are going to move on to the last chapter in Heir of Fire.
All right.
Let's do this. She'll change her fate in chapter 68.
The Queen sets sail.
This isn't the end. It's the beginning. Welcome to chapter 68.
Rowan's officially part of Celaena's court now. Lucky him. Which means he gets to pester her for the rest of eternity. And you can already tell she's like, what did I just sign up for? But playtime's over because her plan is to head back to Erilea, still pretending to be Celaena. The king has no idea she's actually Aelin, right? All right, step 1, closure. That means letting go of Chaol and finally taking off his ring. Step 2, deal with Erebin. Grab the amulet and then head north. Rowan, though, he can't cross the barrier without risking getting stuck as a hawk, which honestly would be both tragic and hilarious. So he stays. He trusts her. He knows he can do more in Wendlin. Still, that goodbye is brutal. Rowan shifted into his hawk form and followed the ship until he couldn't anymore. One last quiet farewell in the wind. And then it's done. Celaena Sardothian may have boarded that boat, but standing on that deck, that was Aelin Ash River Galathinius, Queen of Terrasen, and she was not afraid.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to visit Erebin again.
Hell yeah. She's got to get closure with Chaol. She's got to become the queen. She's got to visit Erebin, get her shiny back.
And Rowan can't come because of the magic, or else he'd be stuck in hawk form or Rowan form with no magic.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. I mean, he's still a warrior with lots and lots of experience, but he looks like that. So
Yeah, he looks very obvious.
yeah, there is no hiding that.
Anywho, tinfoil hat that I have.
Yeah.
What if Celaena is the Queen of Shadows? Because hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Now that everybody knows Aelin exists, they still don't know that it's Celaena. So Maeve could very possibly still be the Queen of Shadows because I don't think we're done with Maeve.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's going back to Rifthold as Celaena,
Then she's shadowing herself.
then exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, she is the Queen in the Shadows,
Hmm.
kind of. So Queen of Shadows still works.
I mean, Queen
in
of
that.
Shadows could apply to an assassin as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like going back
She
to
is
her
the Queen of
assassin
Shadows,
side.
yeah.
Maybe it's about several. What if it's Queens of Shadows?
Well,
What
then
if
then
several of them?
Then it'd be plural.
What if it's just a trick? What if this is an SJM trick and all of the queens are of shadows?
I don't know if it's that deep because Heir of Fire made sense. Crown of Midnight made sense. Throne of Glass definitely made sense.
Why did Crown of Midnight make sense?
Because of all the darkness and the king. Like, we got to know more about the king's nefarious darkness. Tower of Dawn. So I think he's going south.
Okay.
South
Well, south from Rifthold.
would be Null.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
the other one, you have to go north no matter what. It's like the most north.
The
you can go.
northeast north. Mm.
Yeah, well, Null's the southeast south. And then Kingdom of Ash, Rifthold. Rifthold is the Kingdom of Ash, obviously.
Yes. Burn it to the ground.
Eventually, Rifthold has to burn.
Yes. To the ground.
Yeah.
To ashes. Ashes, ashes. It all falls down. All right.
All
I have a
right.
question for you.
Yo.
My pick was, would you go as Hawk or as Rowan? If you went
If
back.
I had to,
Mhm. If
like,
you had to
there's,
go back.
like, there's no other choice.
Yep.
I had to pick one.
Mhm.
Hawk.
Okay. Why is that?
Because as Rowan, you're pretty obvious. You got the pointed ears, you got the tattoos going down your face and
Mhm.
stand out pretty well. Where you're a hawk, you can get in and out of places and people are just like, oh, it's just a hawk.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a hawk.
But then you got to eat what hawks eat.
He's been doing that for centuries, so.
Yeah, just be a hawk. But I get it. He is more valuable where he's at in Wendlin right now in
Yeah.
case shit pops
Yeah.
off.
Guess he could rustle up an army for her or something.
Well, he's probably going to talk the cadre boys into joining him most likely.
I
Probably
wonder
gonna-
if the people from Mistward will come to her.
I'm sure everybody's going to come to the aid eventually. There's no point.
Yeah.
That's what Rowan's going to
All
do.
right, I get it. It sounds like Rowan is growing on you.
Oh, he is.
All right. Well, that's it.
Yeah,
That's Heir of Fire.
that is.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So, unfortunately, because of how many chapters there were in this one, and it was extremely long, we are not going to be doing He Said, She Said this week. It's super long. We're going to skip right into Assassin's Whisper. So thank you, everybody, for hanging on this one. I know there's been a few weeks where we were off. It's been busy, but thank you. Thank you. We love this book. We are taking a break. Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder, September 4th. It's
going to be a blast. So excited to be done with this book. Ready to move on to Metal Slinger and then Queen of Shadows after that. So,
and if you're still listening, this is a little special drop. We'll be doing chapters 1 through 7 of Metal Slinger.
Ooh.
So there you go. You can start reading. Let's move on to Assassin's Whisper. You ready?
Let's go. Welcome back, my deadly darlings. The Whispers have been waiting for you, and this time they rise from ash, blood, and bonds forged in fire. Aelin Galathinius has faced her past, survived Maeve's cruelty, and burned the world to protect the ones she loves. Rowan Whitehorn has made his choice. His blood oath now belongs to her, to Aelin, to Terrasen, to the future they'll build together.
But not yet. Not today, because she returns alone. Aelin sails back to Erilea in the mask of Celaena Sardothian one last time to settle the score, to face an old master, and to become the queen she was always meant to be.
Far above, Manon Blackbeak now commands the Iron Teeth Aerial Legion. Her 13 fly with her toward Morath. The matron stays behind with Iskra, and the shadows she's leaving behind, they're thicker than trust.
Meanwhile, in Rifthold, the King's Trap has snapped shut. The healer, the general, the captain of the guard, and his own son. Dorian can't save them all, but he can make damn sure Chaol escapes at any cost.
Now Chaol and Ren disappear into the underground. Hunted men turned rebels. What's left of their hope has to be hidden in silence, forged in shadow, and lit by a queen's fire from across the sea.
The pieces are scattered, the losses cut deep, and what's coming? It's gonna make this look like the warm-up round.
Until next time, my loves, walk the shadow and trust only the whispers. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks. We'll also post next week's chapters every Sunday, so you can read along.
Join us for our live Q&A. We're back to Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare our book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. The link's in our bio. Come hang out, chat books, and get early access to exclusive content.
Finally, don't forget to grab your merch at bookedfor2.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.